Check. We are in the house.
What's going on?
What's up, guys?
It is about that time. You hear us a little bit better?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Tomorrow, 2025.
I graduate high school this year, guys.
2025. Jonathan,
That's crazy.
Jonathan graduates high school. A little hint. It's my 20th reunion also this year. Yeah. You don't need to make that face.
insane.
Jeez,
20th reunion. Alex graduated 3 years before you were conceived, Jonathan.
Is that how?
Alex.
They call me daddy.
20th. It's not your 20th reunion.
Yeah.
What year you graduated?
05. 2025.
Dude, I was born in 2007. That's crazy.
Here we are. I mean, that's life, man. That's life.
That's crazy.
Okay. We are back. Episode number 20.
Is it 20? It's either 19 or 20.
It's 20.
It's 20.
It's 20.
Welcome back, everybody. Episode 20.
How are we 20 deep already?
Dude, I know. It's kind of crazy.
I don't know.
It's good. We're doing
It's
a
very
good job.
It's been a long week.
Yes. It's been a long month.
It's been a very long month.
It's been a long
Yeah.
season. This fourth quarter
Oh,
is
you're
always
Throwing up the fours.
but you're listening to this. And we are headed into the 2025 year.
Yeah.
It's true.
Year of our Lord 2025.
Wasn't that 2020? And then we saw what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good movie though. No, that was 2012. My bad.
Yeah. I remember that.
But 2025. So we're going to talk a little bit today about Strictly Apple, a little bit behind the scenes about what's going on. Let's talk about 2024. Let's wrap it up. You guys,
Recap.
it is when you're listening to this, it is New Year's Eve, and it's a time for reflecting. Tomorrow, when you wake up again, it'll be a time for new beginnings. Okay? So
New Year's
2024.
resolution.
Yep, New Year's resolution. So 2024, let's wrap this up. Landon, as the owner of Strictly Apple, what did you see? What did you learn?
oh man,
What
learned a
what
lot
were your
this year.
goals? You had goals coming in. You always have goals. Something that I really admire about you, Landon, is that you're a man of goals. You write them down, even though you're a tech guy. Every time I go in there, a bill has been written on. You flip over a piece of
I'm a paper.
You're a paper guy.
Michael Scott, call
Yeah.
me what I am.
Apple Pencil. Apple Pencil. No, it's a Strictly Apple Pencil. It's a lot different. Still using number 2 lead.
I write down on pencil and paper, or pen and paper.
Yep.
I use the back of, as my dad did it. So I use the back of paper.
Yep.
Like a document or something, flip it over
Why not?
and write on it. I just do it and then I cross it out.
Yep.
And when we get really busy, I start carrying around a clipboard.
Yeah.
And
seen those around the
the
shop, yeah.
clipboard went crazy. And there for a while, I just had a piece of cardboard that I was holding pieces of paper to with a chip clip.
Yeah.
Which is crazy too. But I will say 2024 was insane. We had a lot of like punches to the face in 2024.
Yeah.
I mean,
Things changed a lot.
Oh, a lot of things changed. And a lot of things are going to change in 2025, but we are much more prepared. I don't believe that we're ever going to be handed something that we can't handle, but I do think that sometimes you go through stuff and it gets you in the position to handle what's coming. And if you didn't go through that, then you're not able to handle it. And I don't want to be put in a position where we have to take on something great or handle something great and not be ready for it. So knock me in the mouth a few times. Let me learn how to dodge the hit, right?
Yep.
And that's kind of the goal that we're going with for 2025. And I'm extremely excited about it. For those of you that don't know, in 2024, a lot of different things happened. At the beginning of 2024, our facility got robbed twice in 30 days. Doors knocked in, glass busted down. We didn't really say much about it to anybody in the public eye, but it was a pretty rough time. February and March of last year were, those are supposed to be good months for us, and they were a little rough. And then we had a couple other things happen, and we had to sort of recoup our name in the public eye and learn how to get better from it, and we did. And I think this fourth quarter, even in September and October, we had some stuff hit us, and we bounced back. And I think in November and December were, two of our biggest months that we've ever had. And I think that shows it's a big testament to, when you get knocked down or you get hit, you can get back up and run harder and do better. And that's what we're going for in 2025. We've been able to change a lot of things. and I'm able to focus on streamlining our business a little more and to tell you more about that. We've always wanted to work closer to connect with businesses on a basis of working with them for buying their old product, supplying their new product. We should be getting into a couple large name businesses this year and selling our product on. We should be able to work with customers. And right now, we just uploaded to our website that we actually are buying not just Apple devices. We're starting to buy PS5s, Xboxes, Nintendos, things like that. Like, we're not going to sell them. We are able to buy them and then distribute them to wholesalers and things of that nature. But giving customers an option to continue using our services. We just released a program that business customers can bring their devices for repair, and depending on the evaluation of what they bring in, they can get up to 20% off their repairs. We have one customer that's brought us 700 iPads in the past 6 months to repair iPad Pros, and we are we want to get more of that. We want to work with these businesses on a better level. So there's a lot of goals for that. We're changing up the shop here in the next couple of weeks. One of our sales reps, shout out to Tony, amazing guy.
Tony.
He is going to be focused on working directly with businesses more and more this year. And I genuinely think 2023 was a great year for our business. It was sort of the rocket launcher for our business. We did really, really crazy that year. And then 2024 was sort of a, hey guys, you got to make sure your stuff's straight. Your customers are the most important things when it comes to where you work. Take care of your team. Make sure things are polished up. But I do believe that we have the best customer service in our industry. I believe we have the best team in our industry. I would put us neck and neck with any of them out there. And I'm excited because I'm counting on everybody here to do their part. And I think if we do, we can become a leader in what we're doing in the industry. I'm genuinely excited for 2025. I think it's going to be a phenomenal year for us.
So there's two things that I want to touch on that you just talked about. One being the buyback pieces, which is the second time actually within the hour that I've heard this. I did not know. The first time that it happened, you guys were having an all-team meeting. Jonathan and I were in the back busily editing,
getting ready for this.
Ready for this and editing, and we're both. It was actually quite funny if you had to be there. I wish I had a Nest Cam on us because we're going really quietly and typing really quietly because we want to hear the latest updates of what's going on. And I go, shh, 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 shh. And Jonathan looks at me. I'm like, okay, keep going. And then we keep going again.
You guys should have just hopped in.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, that's
he goes, let's just go. And I'm like, dude, we got to keep editing. We got to keep going. We got to prep. So the first thing being the buyback.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking about with PlayStation, Xbox. What was the other ones? Switches?
Nintendo Wii. We do even accessories. Before we just did Mac, iPad, AirTag, Apple Pencil, stuff like that. But now it's like, hey, we'll buy your keyboards. We'll buy your mice.
Yep.
We'll buy your I don't think it has cords on there, but anything like iPad keyboards,
yep.
Cases,
all Apple accessories,
stuff like that. No, we're definitely trying to. We want to be your one-stop shop for everything Apple, from buying, selling, repairing, everything Apple. But also, if you would like to sell your Xbox, I would rather you sell it to someone that you can trust.
So that being the case of what I wanted to bring up, the name's strictly Apple. It's always been Apple.
Yeah.
It's always been Apple products. So I don't want anybody to get construed as far as branding that bringing those items in. We're not selling those items.
No.
We want to be your one-stop shop for Apple devices.
Right.
So if you have a device like an Xbox or a PlayStation, or as my mother. Okay, sorry to bring up my mother again. Rah rah. My son is sitting here, so he knows there's rah rah. We bring her up a lot. She always calls it the what does she call it? The X Cube. She never knows what to call it.
The X Cube is crazy. I guess it's true though.
Or any gaming console is just a Nintendo because that's what it is.
Nintendo.
You playing your Nintendo today? Anyway, we want to be your one-stop shop for Apple devices. And if you have those devices and you're not using them, we want to be able to have an opportunity to get money back. So you can do that.
Right.
So don't get construed. We're not selling devices that aren't Apple. We're making it easier.
I want you to be able to come in here and say, hey, I have these devices. I would like to sell them and upgrade to a MacBook or something of that nature. And that's what the angle that we're going at with it. I think it's a good angle. I think it's the best scenario for the customers as well. You can dump your stuff to us. The other thing is too, we don't have it. It's not online. It's not compatible with our online system yet. But we do want to buy Windows devices and get those out of your hands.
Yep.
Obviously, get those things out of your hands. But
do you buy Android phones?
we're going to dip into that here shortly.
Do we have like a vault or a trash bin that we can?
Yeah, we have
put
2 or
them in?
3 dumpsters out here. We can.
We
use
don't
them.
get it twisted. We're not just going to put them openly back here with the Apple
But the
devices.
idea of that too is we're able to, take your stuff. We'll buy whatever you want. So we'll be your one-stop shop for that. If you don't like Apple, that's fine. You can sell your old stuff to the non-Apple devices to us. And we're going to distribute them to wholesalers and things of that nature. But also, we want you to be able to be comfortable with everything that we do here and trust us to be able to do that. So a couple things that we also have online now is, and some people might think this is crazy, but there's a lot of people that do it. We have a donate section on our buyback, sell your device site, and that's for people that want to recycle their devices.
Correct.
So there are some devices that there is no value in, not really, to any like payment type of value. But they want to give a device that's 15 years old. Okay, let's recycle it. Let's do it properly, and let's get that out of your hands. The second thing is on our website, you also have an option to choose in-store credit. So if you do want to trade in your Xbox and you want to get the iPhone 15 or something of that nature, you're able to do in-store credit for an additional 10% more than what we would have gave you of cash value. So one way to sort of, hey, let's get you out of this, get you in here, give you a little more money, a little more bang for your buck, as some people like to call it. And hopefully it gets, more customers, drive more customers. We're trying to reach the masses as much as possible in 2025. I genuinely think we're going to be able to do that.
Do bucks go bang?
Bang for your bucks. I'm not sure what that's mean, but Saturday, the Bucks went bang. The Bucks went bang. What, 42-17? Tennessee got whooped. They should have wore their shirts starting the game. And that's a whole different, we just flipped this 180 from what we were talking about to where we just went.
Sorry.
But he brought up Bucks, and the Bucks went bang on
Buckeyes.
Saturday night.
Buckeyes. For those who are
The
watching,
Buckeyes.
who aren't Ohio people.
And Kentucky lost to Ohio State basketball as well.
Thanks for reminding me.
Oh, you Kentucky
Don't
fan.
get Jonathan started. Don't
Yeah.
get Jonathan
You got
started.
whooped 20 points.
Yes.
Number 4. I didn't realize that.
Sometimes if Jonathan if he looks really sad during the day or we're working, I just assume that somewhere he has an ear pod in and he's listening to a game that's not going his way.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now.
Well, I'm sorry about that, Jonathan. I didn't
It's okay.
realize that you were a Kentucky fan. Kentucky's a good team too.
Yeah, I know.
And
It hurts.
it feels good to be a Buckeye though, and to be
I
able to
will say that.
win
If you're a
2.
Buckeye fan in athletics, it was a good day on Saturday.
It was a good day on Saturday.
It's a great day to be a Buckeye.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that as well. That's a big thing in 2025. And we can start off this year with a national championship.
Is that where we're going?
And let me explain something to you too. And I don't want to. We're not going to national championship right now. We got to go play Oregon in the Rose Bowl in the first,
Again.
and then which is a rematch.
Yeah, that went horrible.
I want to go, but I'm not going to pay for the ticket.
Quack, quack.
But I want to go so bad. But I will say this, that if we can start off the 2025 of the national championship, when we did this back in 2015, remember the national championship that
Yep.
Ohio State won 2015, which is 10 years ago. So let's have a 10-year anniversary.
Who beat Oregon in the national championship, actually.
Yes. This is great. But if we can start that off, I genuinely think my year is going to be phenomenal.
I didn't know you guys were such sports nerds.
I'm not a sports nerd, but when
I
it
just
comes
think
down
you're
to this,
uneducated.
Uneducated.
Ooh, wow,
Okay. Well, if you graduate high school, let's talk about education.
that's crazy. I'm excited about that. It's
Okay.
going to be a good year.
So 2 follow-up questions really fast. One, you don't need to elaborate on, but I'm genuinely curious. Buying back consoles, do you buy accessories for those as well? The
It will
controllers
let you
or
controllers.
Yeah, controllers, headsets.
There's different. So if you go on our buyback side, if you are listening to this, you're interested in just taking a look at it. It'll let you buy controllers. It also has like special edition, device like
I
Call
have
of
it pulled up
Duty.
right here, yeah.
Like if there's a Call of Duty Xbox or I don't know anything about gaming though. All my guys here, we'll have to
Halo.
get
There's
him
Halo,
here to help
there's,
us.
Liam will
test them
sort
out.
it all out.
I told the guys that they're like, oh, we can test it out. Let's get some TVs. I'm like,
Fortnite,
okay.
Halo, Gears of War. Yeah.
Break time.
So
Yeah.
different like Xboxes that
Yeah.
come with games installed on them already. Yeah.
There's a slim there's a lot of different stuff on there. We're gonna see how it goes.
Okay.
I do want this to be something that we push for though.
Good.
I want the customers to be able to bring their stuff here and be comfortable with selling their stuff, buying their stuff.
That goes for PlayStation 2 users.
And people can
PlayStation
send those in buybacks. You don't have to be local, correct?
You can send them in. So if you go on our site, you get an instant quote. Choose how you want to get paid.
Yeah.
And then you can
Nickels.
Yeah, you can do nickels. You can choose how you want to get paid, and then from there, whenever we get the device, we'll pay you out. there's a couple different ways. In-store credit's one. PayPal, Cash App, or a check.
Does in-store credit, is it worth more than straight out cash? I don't
Yeah,
know.
so it's 10%. You get
Okay.
a
I
10%
didn't know that.
in-store credit value, so you get to 100 110 type of deal.
Okay. Second follow-up question to 2024, and you said 2023 was a banger as well. There was a lot of changes before
2023, it was incredible.
I want to talk about. We got into. Is it 2024? Or we got into this place.
No, 2023, the end.
So for those who
October.
don't know, there were other locations, strictly Apple locations.
Yeah, I can
before
go into
this.
that,
Yeah.
So let me go into that a little more for anybody that doesn't know. A little bit of back history. So in 2020, Strictly Apple was actually started. We had a little 600 square foot shop in Grandview, West Fifth Avenue. For anybody in Grandview, Bippy Bop was across the street, so we hit that place up quite a bit. But so we were in that little shop, and it did great. We did fine, and then we started, posting on TikTok, posting online. It changed a few things for us, for sure. And then by the end of that year, we were needing to move. So we moved in this little building in May of 2020 is when we opened our first store. And then from May of 2020 until December, we needed a new building, just because we could not fit in the store. So I moved back to Grove City, because Grove City is sort of my hometown, obviously. And we opened up a 1,500 square foot shop. So doubled in size, almost tripled, and we thought this was going to be great. Well, we were there from the beginning of 2021 until the end of 2023. And 2021, 2022 were good years, but similar years. 2023 in January, we started posting online even more about we sell devices. So we've done a lot of repair for a long time that we sell devices. And that's when we blew up and started doing, mass sales type of deal. So once we got that taken care of, by the end of 2023, I'm like, hey, I can't be in. We were wanting to expand. Oh, I needed a bigger storefront. The problem is that we opened up a Lewis Center shop as well.
Yep.
In 2022. So we had 3 stores in Columbus, Grove City, Grandview, and Lewis Center, because we opened Grandview back up. So we moved out of Grandview, opened Grove City, then opened Grandview back up, and then opened Lewis Center. So we had 3 stores running. And now, mind you, these 3 stores, were great for the community, and I hated to take them away. But we started doing so much online that we couldn't keep up with it, and our customer service was started to drop a little bit. And I think that that as a customer, you want great quality customer service. So what we did is we kept all of our people that were at 3 different locations. We moved from the 1,500 square foot location in Grove City to 5,500 square foot location. So that's what we're in now. So still, it's a nice location here. There's offices. We were able to do a kitchen, have the guys that work here are able to, enjoy working here, because we had Grove City Park Meat Shop was stuffed like sardines. I remember we had shelves. There was a foot and a half between each shelf. All of them, all the way lined up. There was no room for anything. We'd get pallets of stuff, bring it in. It was insane.
It just reminds me, quick note, that I remember one day you and I were sitting at that little tiny break table. I'm talking like smaller than this little table. And you remember, you looked at me very serious one day. I was working on something. You just go, someday I'd like to have my own desk. And then you just start typing again because we were so crammed together. You're like, I need to get my desk up for another tech.
Yes. And we had techs, and we brought everybody over. So, we had 5 techs and at 1,500 square foot shop, 5 people working. And I would say we had a large area for our customers, larger than we do now, actually, up there. But I would say we had 1,000 square foot that we used, maybe less than 1,000 square foot we used for inventory and everything, because the building was sort of cut in half. And it was insane. I mean, we had to make it look good, and we had to work with it. But we work with it, and we made it look good, and we always figure it out. That is, ask any of my guys around here. If we don't know the answer, you got to figure it out. I mean, that's the whole. You got to push yourself, right? So we did that. We did figure it out, and then we moved into this shop, kept the whole team, and was able to move into here, and we have a lot more space now. And even now, we're trying to figure out last week how can we arrange offices so certain people get offices, and we can use it for media room. We need more media space, stuff like that. So we're trying to figure that out. But we're in a good spot. We should be here for the next couple years, and then we'll see what happens after that. But I do think 2025 we're staying here. We're not moving.
Yep.
And we'll have a solid year, and everybody's on the same page. And it's awesome to have a team that is on the same page. It's really, really cool. It's really cool to be able to do that.
You have any goals for 2025?
I have a lot of goals. Obviously some financial goals. We have some team goals. But I would say one of the main things that we want to do is just keep doing what we're doing, but improving on every single thing we're doing. From repairs, let's get the repairs. Let's do better on the repairs. Our communication with the customers, let's do better on that. Have our policies and procedures aligned. Can we commit whatever we commit to? We have to do it's going to be there within a certain amount of shipping time. Let's make sure that it gets there within that shipment time. Buybacks. We're going to focus on businesses. We're going to get in our community and start networking with people in our area. I want to get plugged into schools. I want to get plugged in with churches and businesses.
That was my next question. Strictly Giving 2025. What
so
does that look like?
So Strictly Giving, we definitely have 2 events lined up. We're definitely going to do the back to school event in August, which I think would be a great
That was a banger
event as well. Yeah, and I think it's going to be even better this time.
This time with police, maybe.
Yeah, we're going to have some police for sure. It was crazy last year. So we're going to do that again. I don't know if we'll do the coat thing. We might do a Thanksgiving thing this year in the winter, depending on, maybe we'll partner with Jordan's Crossing again on that. I would like to do a spring event. It would be cool to do a quarterly event on these type of things, but those require a lot. I would like for Strictly Apple I would like for Strictly Giving to sort of become its own entity and be able to work with that as well. So
I feel like the more, it kind of coincides. Especially, with the brand, and that's what you want it to be. But the more Strictly grows, I feel like the more you start to give back.
Oh,
you're like, we're having a banger quarter. Let's do another event. I'm like, well, just calm down.
We just did.
Slow down.
Well, it's extremely cool. And when we started 2024, Strictly Giving was, it was on our front computer screen, like it was the thing, we're giving back to our people.
Brand. Our branding has kind of turned to
right. Like there's a percentage of all sales, percentage of what we do. And I remember when we did the back to school thing, and we did 500, right? And everybody was like, 500, that's a lot of kids, right? Like it was a lot. But we didn't walk away with one book bag.
Nope.
We didn't walk away with one hot dog.
We had to turn on a couple people that came like a half hour later.
Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do this year. I don't know if we're going for 500 again or if we're going to go for more. But you know me, I always double up the
go
next
big
year.
Or go home.
But I don't want to have excess. Like I feel like 500 was the exact amount that we needed last year.
Right.
Maybe we could have done 600, but we're going to do the same thing again. And this year we're going to do it a little bit different. We are going to ask our community to be involved even more with that, with donations. I want to put more than just school supplies in the bags. Like if we could do shampoo, or
what are you saying? I got smelly hair.
Smell.
No, I think it's just very helpful. You also do have smelly hair. And people probably can tell that by the way it looks right now.
I have very fruitful hair.
Very fruitful. Strictly apple
That's
hair.
A new one.
Strictly apple
Strictly
hair.
fruit.
But that is
strictly fruity hair.
That is something that we're trying to do. I'm excited about that. Genuinely, I want to do that stuff. And as the business continues to grow, first of all, I want my team to grow with me. Second of all, I want the giving to grow. I think it should.
Coming up with 2025, since we're talking about tomorrow when you're listening, tomorrow will be a brand new year. We won't touch on resolutions. Everybody has their own personal.
Stick to them.
And you know what? It's never too late. If you miss it by a day, 2, 3,
start back up.
It's all personal. Yep.
I got personal resolutions. In 2025 is going to be the biggest year of my life.
It's because my 20-year reunion.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm actually getting married in September.
Boom.
For those of you who don't know,
I'm downtown.
I do have a fiance.
Yep.
I'm pretty excited about that. So that'd be pretty cool. I'm going through all that type of thing in my personal life as well. So along with the business,
I was about to say, personal business.
There's a lot.
Want to interweave.
There's a lot. Maybe a couple years, I might have a little kid running around. Who knows? And that several years from now.
Random question. Oh God, I just thought about that.
A kid,
little Landon.
Oh, he would be a stud.
He'd stomp in here and look at me and shake his head, and I'd be like, "You."
I told Brooke that she is only allowed to have triplets once, and we're done.
Good.
So no more than 3.
Well, the thing on that, no, I would like to have 3.
The good
I
thing
was
is we've
part
got a
of three.
babysitter here. You just
There
bring
you
him.
go. Absolutely.
How many
His eyes.
siblings do you have?
I have 2 older brothers, and we're all boys. And then my brother Lee, which is my oldest brother, he has 3 boys. My dad was a part of a 3-boy clan.
So
as
the Mooney
well.
likes the number 3.
We like 3, and yeah, they're all boys.
Mhm, yeah.
So that is one thing
got that
I don't
dog in
know what will happen. But I told my mom was a twin, and it skips a generation, so she didn't have it any twins. And I've always wanted to have a twin. I always want to have twins. I would like to have twins, but who knows what happens? That would be kind of cool. But that's several years away. Don't get your guys' hopes up. We are multiple years away from.
We're gonna name the triplets strictly Apple Talk.
There you go. We
Yeah.
could. That'd be great.
Talk.
No.
Okay. Random question for going in. I don't know why I was just thinking about this, but your business has grown. We talked about, from beginning till we got here. I've seen a lot of things on Strictly with Strictly Apple on it. A lot of different kind of merch, a lot of different kind of items.
Mhm.
I remember I took a picture one time. I was down at the Nationwide Arena. I was in line for something. I took a picture of the back of a guy's head
Yeah,
because
that's
he had
right.
a hat on. I was like, dude, where is it not? What's the coolest piece of merch or just item, whether it be personally made for you, that you've seen Strictly Apple on? Like a hat or a shirt, a pen?
I have.
It's a random.
We have coffee cups.
Yeah.
That we just got done for Christmas and gave them to some people. Their hats are really cool. Our shirts. I like the red shirts. I like the logo across the front like that.
Can people buy those? This wasn't a pitch. I was just
No, that's
genuinely
not a pitch.
curious.
We don't currently really have that. We had hats online in a period of time. I would like to have that available.
People can buy shirts if they come in the store as well.
Yeah, they're sitting on the shelf there if they want to buy them. And people do.
Yeah.
There's coffee cups and hats out there right now as well. That people can buy. We sell a coffee cup for $10 or a hat for $20, a shirt for $15. Like, it's not like we're trying to make money off. I just would like to put my brand on you.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Yep.
So that is the idea of that. But we're going, and that's something we can expand on in the future. Maybe having something of that nature, because obviously people in Columbus, a lot of people know the name, and I want to continue pushing that out there. And we might do some Strictly Giving.
Strictly Giving devices.
Yeah, maybe you buy a shirt and all the proceeds go to Strictly Giving.
Right on.
Great idea.
We're going to wrap up this episode. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's, guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year's to everybody. We wish you the best in 2025. We will see you in a few days for a new podcast episode. However, we hope everyone having a safe night. Yeah, thank you for listening. My name is Alex.
I'm Landon.
I'm Jonathan.
And we'll see you guys soon.
See you next year.
Take care.